So, a delusional woman thought that men shouldn't look at her and found herself instantly humbled. Today's video comes from Manosphere. His channel will be linked in the description so that you can go and check out his work and support him. We have timestamps in the video so you can jump around to the video, different video segments. I mean, guys, women have been doing this for quite some time. They've been saying, guys, we don't like you, but now they're saying, if you even glance in my direction, I will have you thrown in jail. But now they're messing around and finding out. Watch this video to fully understand what the implications are of this and how this is actually going to continue to change the dynamics between men and women in society and affect women in a very drastically negative way. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Okay, PSA to all men. Just because a girl is wearing a low-cut shirt or a tight top or a fitted outfit doesn't give you permission to just stare at their chest. It makes us so uncomfortable, and if you guys could please stop doing it, it would be amazing. Men will always be like, oh, we don't like being called creeps, or we're so scared to be called creeps, but then you guys make it so difficult for the female species to exist or even wear anything.
Can you see, guys, how some women are so hypocrites? Why? Because they also have videos like this on their page on TikTok.
Okay, I just got back from the gym, and this might be a hot take, but petition to ban dating apps.
So how can you say, guys, that you want men to not stare at you, to not be creeps, but you have videos like that on your TikTok? Why do you make videos like that? It's for attention. You know your tatas will get attention. That's why you make videos like that.
My most controversial gym opinion, and I might get hate for it, but I don't really give a shit. Just because somebody's staring at you in the gym does not make them a creep. It doesn't mean that they think you're hot. It doesn't mean that they want to take you out. It doesn't mean anything. Bestie, if my entire ass is out, which it is most of the time, I'm gonna get people staring. I'm gonna get people staring, and there is nothing wrong with a little glance. Like, if a girl across the gym has a full-blown bakery and it's on display, babe, I'm looking. And of course, there is a major difference between being creepy and simply staring. Now, that does not give you a right to be sexualized at all, but sometimes these people are just using their eyeballs. Baby, if my titties are out, I'm gonna get some stares and I'm okay with it.
This is just a reminder to all the girls out there that he's not interested in you, he's just sexually attracted to you. There's a difference, so stay single, and summer's just around the corner.
So I've just wasted another 3.5 hours of my life on a date with a wet flannel, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to marry myself.
Day one of treating the men that we like as insignificantly as we treat the men that we don't like, he hasn't texted me.
And this is how women like her end up alone. Because they don't know what men actually want.
The problem is, I think I want a guy that doesn't leave the house. So that's probably why I haven't met him yet.
Every time I post a story, some crazy stuff I did to a man, it's always the hot girls are like, real, love you, queen. It's the ugly girls who are like, you need therapy. Like, you want me to look like this and be mentally healthy? Who's gonna date you? Who's gonna break that man enough to where he feels like he needs a woman who has safety and homey vibes?
How can you not take accountability as men when you date women like this, when they have all the red flags in the world, but yet you date her?
So I get asked this question a lot, so I figured I would speak on it. I am single because I want to be single, and yes, I'm the problem, like all of you say, because I am very picky on who I want in my life. I actually take the time to get to know them. And it's not just on looks. I know half of you guys are like, oh, she has to have a cute boyfriend with a nice body. Nope. No, sir. You guys must not have seen my exes.
You see, guys, it's like I've warned you countless times. You know, you're just the plan B guy. She's not actually into you. It was just your turn. You're the guy that she's taking after Little Poncho got to it, after Sancho got to it, after Pookie, Ray Ray, Enrique, and Miguel got to it, after Chad got to it, after Chad Roan got to it, after Tyrone got to it, okay? After all of these individuals got to it, then you get to it, all right? You get to be the plan B guy. You get to be the guy. You get to be the guy who comes in after she's had her fun, after she's enjoyed herself, after she's been out there in the streets, after all of this has happened, after she's had her heart broken, you get to be that guy. I'm going to tell you guys something. Like, even as I'm recording this video for you, I am extremely pissed off. I'm pissed off right now. I'm in a very pissy mood. But yet, I have to be here doing my work as a man. This is my job. You guys have, some of you have an idea of how much work I put into making this content. But it's a lot. Now now we're putting timestamps in every single video. Every video going forward has timestamps, and I spent the entire day just adding timestamps to all the videos that came out over the last 2 weeks. This is my job, and I have my work to do. And I have a lot of, I'm running multiple different lines of business. And as men, we have to get our job done. What, only to come home to women who do not appreciate us, do not respect us, and then will betray us in a heartbeat? I've told you plenty of times that the average woman, she is planning her divorce before she ever plans her wedding. Relationships, dating, all of it, it's one big game for a woman. And women don't want to be bored. They want constant excitement. They want a constant rush of dopamines. It's a very dangerous thing. You have to understand that women are not prioritizing survival. Women are prioritizing excitement and fun. That's how they operate, guys. The typical woman does not prioritize survival. The typical woman prioritizes fun. Girls just want to have fun, okay? To hell with reason and common sense. To hell with being a good man. To hell with being a respectable person. No. Guys, those are the guys who end up getting screwed. And of course, women will tell you things along the lines of, oh, it's not true. I'm looking for this type of guy. Yeah, so that she could take advantage of him. After Chad and Tyrone have run through. After Chad and Tyrone have had their fun. It's a sick society, guys. The amount of gaslighting that women put men through is sick. They gaslight us at every different angle. And it will never end. This is the reason why so many men just come to the conclusion that it's best to be alone. You have a lot of men now arguing that never get married under any circumstance. Do not get married. Do not get married. This is what men are arguing right now. Stay away from marriage. Why are so many guys saying stay away from marriage, stay away from relationships? It's because of what they have experienced. It's because of what they have seen. They've seen the consequences of dating. They've seen the consequences of relationships. They know what happened. Guys, you have to wake up and realize that we are in a horrible situation right now. The world around us is absolutely toxic. Society is just designed to extract as much wealth and resources from men right now as possible, and then reallocate that to the state. And women operate as agents of the state. It's their job to reallocate wealth and resources from us. Guys, we're at war. We are at war for our own survival. I'm just being honest with you. And they'll try to gaslight you, keep you passive. Guys, look at these stupid articles that are coming out. A lot of them written by sibs and women. Oh, that say that men who don't want to watch adult content are working for the patriarchy, and men who do not watch adult content, are more likely to be misogynist. Do you hear this garbage, guys? This is how far our sick society has gone, where now we are promoting and normalizing it that men should be watching this kind of content because it keeps men passive and obedient, and the flow of money going from men to women. It's sick, guys. These people never liked us. They just want to get their bags off us. They just want to collect their check off us. And guys, when many of us have to get up and we have to work hard and do the jobs that we don't even feel like fucking doing. I love my job. I'm grateful for it, but there are moments when I get pissed off and I don't want to do shit. And yet I get up and I do my work. That's how it is for all men. For most men. There's some men who are pieces of shit. There's some men who are pieces of shit. All right? And it's not just because you're a man, no. But there's some guys who are just pieces of shit. They decide that they're not going to do shit. But they'll blame the world for everything. All right? Being a man is about pushing ahead. Even when you're down, even when you feel like you're out, you have to get back up and you rise up and you do what you have to do. That's what separates men from, and I shouldn't even say men from boys, because there's a lot of boys out there who do much more. There's a lot of 13-year-old boys. They are suffering and struggling, and these are men because they are pushing through and grinding even when it's hard. That you have simps out there who just run their mouths around the clock. Like only God knows how these people are still surviving. But that's the thing. That's how they survive. Simping is a means of survival. Living off the state, living off women, getting access by simping, getting access to to women, getting access to state resources. This is a way of life for a simp, guys. You have to understand. Being a simp is a way of life. Okay? They sleazy their ways, they slide their ways into certain areas, HR. These people, you look at the kind of jobs that these people end up in, and you realize, oh, what's this kind of guy? What's he doing there? This guy, people in this field are assholes. Men who usually go into these fields are not so great. Oh, he's a simp. Now it makes sense. He's a simp.
So this is where you can see the lie, guys. Why? Whenever a woman says to you, oh, he has to be like this or he has to have this personality, just think about it. You can't even talk to her, or she won't even talk to you if she doesn't like how you look. So every woman that says, oh no, I need to like your personality or this or that, they're all lying. Just think about it, guys. When you want to go up to a girl to talk to her, or on a dating app to talk to a woman, if she doesn't like the way that you look, she will ignore you. She wouldn't want to talk to you. So that's the most important thing first. It's looks. Then, if she likes the looks, then maybe it's personality or whatever else. But if she says that looks don't matter, she's lying to you.
I am more into personality and
of course you are.
How they treat their parents. Their parents have a lot to do with it.
I'm convinced that the more educated you get, the harder it is to date. And this is why.
Of course.
I have a lot of high standards for myself mentally, emotionally, financially, which is why I decided to go into the career that I'm going in.
Yeah, she probably makes a lot of money. So does the pool of guys that she wants to date, because she has so high standards, of course they have to make more money than her. That pool of guys is so small, and he has to be 6 feet, and he has to look like this and like that. And so the pool of men that could date her because of her standards, because of her education, because of her high-paying job, is like what? 2, 3, 5% of the men in the US, and the fact is that all women want those men. So of course it's so hard. It's so hard. Yeah, because you're competing with women that are younger, that look better, because men don't care about your job or your degree. We don't care about that.
Too. And because of that, I have high expectations for the person I date, meaning I want them to have similar goals and ambition as I do. Unfortunately, there are not that many men who have that similar ambition or similar goal. And especially in Las Vegas, it is just so hard to date here. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You know why it's so hard to date there? Because in Las Vegas, there are lots and lots and lots of hot young women. So she has lots and lots of competition. That's why.
So you're ready to start dating, but you have no idea where to find good women. Well, here are 3 places where you can find high quality women. First place you want to look is group fitness classes.
Yeah, but if you stare at a woman or just glance at a woman, they will call you a creep. So that's not good.
Particularly Pilates, yoga, or bar. These classes are filled predominantly with women, so you would automatically stand out.
Yes, and they will all call you a creep.
Which is a huge plus. And they are all women who care about their health and continuously bettering themselves. The second place to look is coffee shops. Now don't just go to coffee shops.
That's true. Women love Starbucks. Women love going to coffee shops and just gossip all day.
Find 1 or 2 coffee shops where you can become a regular at. Because coffee shops are filled with hardworking and ambitious women, and they are an easy place to make small talk. And the last place to look is charity, volunteer, or fundraising events. High quality women are passionate about making a difference in the world.
Or They are just there because they know they can meet men that can give to charity because they have lots and lots of money. But of course, I'm just crazy. Don't listen to me.
So they can often be found at charity or fundraising events supporting the causes that they believe in.
Crying over a man? That's one thing. Crying over a man with no money?
Don't get into the relationship with a guy who treats you like queen, but you're not attracted to him, because it's not gonna end well, girl. It is not.
She's referring to the simp, to the white knight.
Well, you will not be able to force the attraction, and with days, months, years of the relationship, it's gonna eat you from the inside out. I know exactly the thought process that you would go through when you're dating this guy who treats you so nicely, and you know exactly that you're supposed to be with someone like that, but you just cannot be attracted to him.
Yes, because you like the bad boys.
Girl, there's 7 billion people on this planet, and there's so many guys right now walking on this planet that would do anything for you. They would treat you like a queen, and you would also be attracted to them, so don't settle for it.
No, that's not true. The bad boys that you are attracted to don't care about you. Why? Because they can always find somebody younger, somebody more attractive.
Do you think my therapist has favorites, and do you think I'm her favorite? She was like, no. And I was like, well, that's actually rude. And she's like, no, the fact that you're literally thinking about that is probably why you're in therapy.
True, true.
So we all think like this. When the other person starts to make an effort, then I can show myself. When the other person starts to be vulnerable, I can show myself.
Yes, we heard this a million times. Well, when I'll find a real masculine man, I can be in my feminine energy. No, you can't. You're either feminine or you're masculine. And most women that say that are very masculine women.
And that is completely wrong. Like, someone has to start. And if you're not willing to do it, like, why not?
Or they say you shouldn't act like a housewife when you're just a girlfriend. Well, then, if you don't have any traits that I would like to find in a wife, why would I wife you up? Because you act like a girlfriend, like a spoiled brat girlfriend. So why would I wife you up? Why would I make you a wife if you don't have the qualities I'm looking for?
What are you afraid of? And if you're so afraid of finding love that you can't even put the effort in first, work on yourself. You're not ready for a relationship.
It's not even if they wanted to, they would. The basic rule with guys is they just do not care. If they are not planning dates, if they are not basically just using text as a way to plan the dates and communicate, they don't care about them.
Yeah.
If they're texting you all the time, if they're ignoring you, if they're FaceTiming you, if it doesn't matter, if they're not actually planning time to spend with you and then putting effort into doing that and following through on their actions, they don't care about you.
If they only contact you when they want to come over, they're not that into you.
Men are literally all talk, and they will say anything for as long as they want to, but unless they are following through on what they say, keeping their word, planning dates, putting in effort, investing in you, time, whatever that may be,
that means you're not the one. Yeah, it's so simple. But women have to overcomplicate and overthink everything.
they don't care about you. They are just pen pals. They are wasting your time.
I was talking to a guy. He met my dog, liked my dog, met my parents, gave my dad a birthday present, got me flowers, got my dog toys, came to my apartment, and he still ghosted me.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Anything. He just found somebody better than you. He could be just lying. He could just pretend to do everything just so he can smash. I've seen guys do some extreme shit just to get laid. Some extreme things to get laid. So this is not, you know what, he got a toy for your dog. I like dogs. If you had a dog, I would buy him a toy because I like dogs. That doesn't mean I'm in love with you.
So, you just don't know people until you know them. And like, do you ever really know them? I don't know.
I feel like the dating pool is so bad right now. Like, I want someone that's like reliable, someone that like people know and can like verify that he's like normal.
So somebody from a fairy tale, but life is not a fairy tale, so you can't get it, so you're complaining on TikTok. We all get it. We all get it.
I go out with like some freakazoid on a dating app. So I'm thinking like my friend's brother, because like he's safe, okay? And
he's the nice guy if he's safe.
if I like her, like I probably will like him.
Has anyone taken a substantially long break from dating and then the next time you try to date someone, it's literally every single trigger you didn't know you had or things that you didn't even know existed keep popping up and you're like, abort mission.
Yes, because the more time you spend alone and the more time you're comfortable being alone and not caring about having a guy there or a woman there, the more picky you are to be in a relationship. Why? Because you are already happy being alone. That's why so many women that are over a certain age that have been used to being alone because they can't find the man that they want because they have so high standards, they keep raising their standards even if they're getting older. That's how they end up alone.
Out of this, just me.
So my Hinge update is that I've deleted Hinge.
Okay.
And we have gone back to the drawing blocks on how to meet people.
Okay.
Based on some of my research done on TikTok, I apparently need to...
When you do your research about dating on TikTok, there are so many things wrong with you.
Going to jazz clubs, chess clubs, and places where they play pickleball. I don't know where to go for any of those places.
Have you ever stopped talking to someone and genuinely thought there could be a chance for this in the future? Like maybe if circumstances were different, maybe if you were in a different headspace, things could be different. And so you communicate to them that you're like not here for it, you don't want to keep talking, and the way they act at the end is so unhinged, or they do something that just like icks you out to your core that you genuinely will never come back to it. Like the coffin has been sealed. But it wouldn't have been that way had they been normal in that like end stage of talking. It just is so strange to me because truly it's like the thing they fear.
You know, one of the things I was reading recently, I read a comment recently from a subscriber, and they said that, you know, when everything goes to hell and everything starts, you know, popping off, women are going to say, men, help us, and men are going to whisper, no. Guys, you know, like when they go, oh, he icks me. This is a way of trying to say like a man is like, it's trying to humiliate men, destroy the value of a man, say that he is like, he's a creep. It's basically he ick. It's basically a way of calling a guy a creep. When a woman calls a guy a creep, she's trying to humiliate him. She's trying to dehumanize him. She's trying to lower his value, his the way other people perceive him. And she's trying to send out messages to other men that if you do not comply and give her what she wants and other women what they want, they will use this to shame you. You know what's interesting? I remember there was this shit with like Gillian Anderson. Like she was in some television show a while ago. Gillian Anderson, that's the chick from X-Files back in the 90s. And I loved X-Files, but then she became a total you know, I don't want to use the word feminist because I don't blame feminism. I blame modern women have made the decision to behave that they do. And she was in in an episode or something, and she goes, you know, when women you know speak to you, you know, we hurt your ego. When we say something like we'll hurt your ego, but you know, the difference is like when you get upset, but you know, they're like, oh, when we get upset, we'll hurt your ego. When you get upset, you'll hurt us. And this is like such a load of shit. In other words, it's okay for a woman to humiliate you, dehumanize you, you know, bear false witness against you. It doesn't matter what a woman does to you. But if a man responds in any way whatsoever, he's a villain. If a man responds, if a man even raises his voice, he's a villain. And when the moment a man calls a woman out, they basically go into this place where they are the victim. I'm so sick of it, y'all. This is the reason why so many men are putting out videos right now that you should never live with one of these individuals. You should never live with them. Don't live with them. Do not do it. You will absolutely regret it. Like, guys, what these people are fighting for is they were fighting for a world where men entirely avoid them. Like, that's what they're fighting for. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. When guys like Destiny, the typical man shouldn't be having conversations with him, because this guy is so educated in the art of bullshit and gaslighting that he will just waste your time. He will just drag you in a circle. George Carlin said this, what, more than decades ago? He said, never argue with stupid people, because they will beat you with experience. Jesus help us, y'all. The more things change, the more they stay the same. It's amazing how Carlin has been gone for such a long time right now. This guy's been gone almost decades. And everything he said going back 30, 40 years, it's all relevant now. He told us 30 years ago what would be happening right now. Everything that is happening right now, he told us this would happen 30 years ago. Right down to like how companies are consolidating. It's happening in every industry right now. And even the people at the top of the industries are telling us that it's just all consolidations. Because the business models of these companies are completely unsustainable. So eventually, they get to a point where it's no longer sustainable, and they just have to basically, liquidate and go bankrupt, or merger, or sell themselves to another business that's larger than they are. And then people have even fewer options, and we end up in the place of monopolies. Before T-Mobile, we had literally had a duopoly in the United States. There were two major phone carriers, and then a bunch of little outliners. It was AT&T and Verizon, and Verizon was the largest. It was a duopoly. And because of these companies, phone prices prices of everything was very high, and they used to use these contracts to control people. Oh, you want a new phone? Well, it's going to cost you $1,000, or for a piece of shit device, or, you signed this 2-year contract. And it was so bad that they literally wouldn't want to give, if you would not sign a 2-year contract, they wouldn't want to give you service. Or they were like, oh, well, we're going to just charge you more. Like, these contracts were horrible. And it's because of T-Mobile coming along and saying that we're the uncarrier and we're going to get rid of these 2-year contracts, why it brought a lot of change to the mobile industry. But a lot of these companies are evil. And you can see the mergers that are happening left and right, because it's an unsustainable business model. Eventually, Uber will be bought out by some other company, probably. I mean, it's just unbelievable how it works. Women in Western society are not playing in their own best interest. If they were playing in their own best interest, they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing. Oh no, they're playing for a whole other something. They're doing something completely different. They just want to have fun. They just want to create havoc. They just want to create problems. They just want to create division, because it's entertaining for them. And guys, if you look at the video right now on the screen, there's this woman praying, her hands are clasped. What does she do? Then she starts breaking down and praying to Jesus. Guys, that's what women do. After a woman destroys everything around her, after she hurts people around her, after she hurts the men in her life, she hurts her children, she hurts everyone, she scorches the earth, then she starts praying to God, and now everyone has to forgive her. Because every bad thing that she's done, all of the horrible things that she's done, oh, she was on OnlyFools or Lonely Fans. Nope, she goes to church. Jesus washed it away, so you can't judge her anymore? And then you wonder why men get fed up and just say, you know what, I'm just going to piss off. I'm just going to go. Women are fighting tooth and nail right now for men to just walk away, to just keep walking away or going their own way. You see, MWAs are men with alternatives. They are going towards their best alternatives. That's why a lot of these men go overseas. They find someone overseas. They leave toxic environments behind. And then you have the MGTOWs who just say, yeah, fuck this shit. We don't want to have anything to do with relationships or society. And then these men just entirely fuck off because they've had enough. I'm telling you guys, I'm so sick and tired of this shit. And you should be too. You should be too. You have comments from women like, oh, truck drivers are broke boys. Truck drivers are making bank right now. They are making paper. A truck driver actually reached out to me. You know, women are saying, oh, these people are broke boys, right? This was on my video. This is why men stop dating modern women. And he said, this was from Daniel. He says, I'm a truck driver and haul fuel. I made $135,000 last year doing it. But that is not boss anymore, right? That's not enough. That's not enough for the boss girls anymore, guys. Okay? That's not enough for these individuals. But that's not boss stature enough for these ladies. Most of them, the queens, are broke and run businesses like hair salons or nails that barely pull in $1,000 a month. I bet you that guy was easily out earning her by $70,000 a year. And there was someone in the comments who said, oh, nail salons are making $1,000 a day easily. Here's the thing. They are the people who work at the nail salons. Not every single person. These women are not making $1,000 a day working at the nail salon. That's a load of bullshit. The nail salon owner is not always making $1,000 a day. It really depends on where you operate a nail salon. It really depends. Guys, this is a load of stupidity by a lot of these men. When they say stupid shit like, oh, these women, you know, this would be. I'm not saying that you can't make money in these businesses. They absolutely do. But do not think that every nail salon owner, every woman, all of these jobs where they're doing hair, they're making bread like that. Because a lot of this shit is oversaturated as well. Completely oversaturated. These are oversaturated industries. Modern women have zero respect for the men around them. They think this shit is a game. They think they can continue doing this forever. They don't understand. They are bringing men to the point where men won't tolerate it anymore. And, you know, I just want to remind you guys to go and check out the Angry Guy Clubhouse on Substack. Dive into exclusive podcasts, manosphere topics, and more. Plus get access to our passive income blueprint and exclusive videos. And also guides on building wealth and thriving. We also have a chat where you can reach me directly. Don't miss out. Click the link in the description to subscribe now and get your free passive income blueprint. I mean, guys, modern women, they've chose this reality for themselves. They chose to put us down. They chose to attack us. They chose to blame us for every fucking thing. And they're going to basically end up having to live with the consequences of so much of what they've done and live with the shame and the guilt associated with the things that they've also done.
Yeah, guys, you shouldn't be bitter when a woman rejects you or, I don't know, it ends. Just go your own way. Just block her. Just block her. Why be bitter? Why consume yourself for a woman?
Is that you're not talking anymore, you're not going to be in a relationship. And then they create the thing that they fear with so much finality. And it's so counterintuitive, counterproductive.
What would your recommendations be to help lose weight for someone who has a lower body injury and can't go to the gym exercise regularly? I have a stress fracture in my left ankle that makes putting any weight on it give me agonizing pain. Okay, my guy, so if you can't do exercises, if you can't go to the gym, if you want to lose weight, your only option is eating. You have to watch what you're eating. The simplest way, and I know lots of you in the comments will say, oh no, he has to do fasting, he has to do this diet, he has to do this diet. Do you understand that most people that go on diets rebound from diets and get even heavier because they don't know how to eat properly? They just hold the diet, and after the diet ends, they don't know how to eat properly and they can't maintain that diet forever, so they just eat the same again and they gain weight again. That's why I don't like When people say, oh no, you should do that, you should know. I know better than you. So let me give you my advice. All the foods that you're eating right now, find the versions of those foods that have less calories. Are you drinking soda? Find soda without calories. Don't fry your food in oil because that has lots and lots of calories. You don't have to change everything that you eat because you can't sustain that diet forever. So just find the foods that you want and find the versions that have less calories. Bread, you like eating lots of bread. Okay, find some bread that has lower calories. Just think about it, it's so simple. If you eat the same amount of food, the same foods as before, but they have lower calories, you will lose weight. You can't change the laws of thermodynamics. If you eat less calories than your body consumes, you lose weight. It's so simple. If you eat more calories than your body consumes, you gain weight. It's the laws of thermodynamics. You can't break those. I don't care about carbohydrates or this or that. You can't break the laws of thermodynamics. So, for example, I like to eat ice cream, especially during the summer. I keep eating ice cream. I just found ice cream that has less calories, that tastes the same. Or maybe it's not exactly the same. Of course, it's not like you buy some ice cream from Snickers. It won't taste the same as some ice cream that is lower in calories. But it's good. Okay? So if you like, I don't know, some kind of sweets that you eat regularly, try to find something that is close to that has lower calories. It's so simple. Everything you eat, you don't have to change anything. Just find the ones that have lower calories.
I definitely agree with him that as men, we have to begin watching our diets. I do carnivore diet, modified carnivore. So I have like a little things. I have little veggies with my stuff. I have cabbage, occasionally I'll have broccoli. I eat a bit of spinach sometimes. But, basically I just mostly eat meat, right? And that's kind of how men have to be. Guys, this is a hard world out here. The way women are living their lives right now, they are not playing for survival, okay? Women and simps are not playing for survival. They're playing for destruction and Armageddon. You have to be smart, you have to be stoic, you have to basically stand up to it. These are people who are just designed to tear you down at every go. This is a hard world that we live in. Look at Gen Z. Gen Z are a bunch of losers overall. These people they were given a golden spoon. They were born with a gold spoon in their mouths like the baby boomers. These are such nasty individuals, and they will act like, oh, I'm a victim. Bro, you had everything growing up. You were not poor, all right? You were gifted comfortable motherfucking lives by your parents, just like the motherfucking baby boomers. The only difference is that you're broke now because the economy is shit. Okay, and only God knows the havoc that y'all would be wreaking even more if you guys had money like that. Granted, you think that you're all entitled to it. Like, these people are so bad. Guys, they're not ready for hard times. They're not ready for the hard and the cold reality, okay? As soon as their parents aren't there to take care of them anymore, and it won't last like this forever, guys. Within 10 years, I'm telling y'all, within 10 years, a lot of these people will be homeless or gone. Because the world is not easy. A lot of these Gen Xers, I like Gen X as a generation, but there's a lot of Gen Xers who are pieces of shit. And they basically are coddling these jackass kids. And they're not even kids anymore. You're right. You're 25, 26, 27. You're not a fucking kid anymore. All right? You need to act like a motherfucking adult and grow the fuck up and use fucking common sense. Pay your own motherfucking cell phone bill. Okay? Pay your own fucking cell phone bill. Do something. These people are jokers, absolute jokers. Oh, I don't like the 9 to 5 structure. It's too stressful. It's not that it's not simply that they're not being paid enough. They're refusing to work this many hours a day. If you don't like doing 9 to 5, go and learn how to start a business. Okay? But it's not as easy as you think. Guys, I run a massive business. You got, I have idiots on the platform who are like telling me that what I'm doing is a hobby. These are just jealous motherfuckers. Jealous motherfuckers. I'm a business owner. Okay? This is a business. You know, you have to, when you're a YouTuber, you have to form an LLC. You have to pay taxes. You have to hire people. Guys, this is a massive, like, do you understand? I spent hours today, hours, just getting all the timestamps and all of the videos released over the last 2 weeks, just so that it would be easier for you guys. Many of you are now complaining that you want shorter videos again. All right. That's why I created a clips channel. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this for you guys so that I can have clips for you. All right. But all of that takes time and energy and editing. There's so many idiots who are like, oh, making videos is just a hobby. Guys, we are using the same software that they use to produce Hollywood movies. See, most people are fucking idiots. This is the reason why George Carlin said, do not argue with stupid people. And the thing that I don't like is you keep on watching the videos. And you think it's like you're coming at me, ha ha ha, because I tell you to get the fuck out of here. All right? Get the fuck out of here. Stop watching the video. Leave. If this is how you feel, if you think that this is just a fucking game, all right? If what I'm saying, the things I'm trying to teach you does not resonate with you, stop watching. Go watch videos by someone else. All right? And there's some who'll sit there and I talk about it, they'll laugh like, ha ha ha, you can't make me stop watching your videos. But if you don't like me, and if you don't like what I'm saying, then why are you watching it? Oh, because you're entertaining. You're entertaining. No, it's not just that. Yeah, I know I'm entertaining. The fact of the matter is that you get value out of my content. In fact, you're like, I'll watch as many of them as I feel like it. Why are you going to watch so much of something that you don't like? Why are you going to allow me and my thoughts and my beliefs to live rent free in your head? If you disagree so much, a lot of these people are losers, and you know exactly who you are. Many of you, you know, those of you listening right now, and you know exactly who you are. Okay? Most people are mediocre. Guys, the Asians were so right. The Asians were so right. A is for average. The average person is trying to get, a college degree, trying to get an A. All right? That's average shit. You know what's hard? Starting a business is hard. Having to learn new skills on the fly is hard. I'm telling you. This world is filled with too many people who are trying to be mediocre. Everyone is fighting right now to be mediocre. Okay? Doctor and lawyer, those as jobs, those are average. Those are the jobs that the average person is trying to get. Average. It's a very interesting thing. The average person is trying to be mediocre or just above or just or or just are barely average. Doctor and lawyer, these are average jobs. Most people do not want to actually put in the hard work to learn different things. And the thing is, when you don't understand something, you get pissed off. There are people who get pissed off with the work I do. They say that I should not be able to make what I make. I make above 6 figures. I make 6 figures doing this job just from this channel alone. I should not be allowed to do that. Or they'll say, oh, it's a very profitable hobby. Who the fuck would say it's a very profitable hobby? A hater. A fucking hater. So many people, guys, will tear you down because they either don't understand what you're doing or they are jealous of what you are doing. And that's why you have to be it's hard to be mentally strong, but that's why you have to get angry. Guys, anger pushes you to push on and to stand up, and to keep moving. And if people, I'm telling you guys, the people that are stressing you out, you have to just put them out of your life. Don't talk to them. Modern women are stressing out men. That's why so many men are avoiding dating and avoiding relationships, because it's just not worth it. Okay? God did not put you here to be taken advantage of by anyone, to be used by anyone.
There are 3 reasons as to why it is scientifically proven better to date redheads.
Are gingers anybody's type? And I ask this as a genuine question because I have yet to find anybody on this planet Earth who I have asked the question, what's your type? They have never ever responded, redheads. I am genuine.
In Romania, there are very, very few gingers. It's so rare here, guys.
So confused by men that say they want a natural girl. You look through who they follow on Instagram, they've all got BBLs. They've all got lip fillers.
They follow those women on Instagram because they want to smash them. But that doesn't mean we want to marry them.
Do you mean you want a girl that looks like they haven't had work done, but they actually have work done? Because they always pick the girls that have had work done. What do you...
They pick to date them. They pick to smash them. You see them at the club picking them. But they don't pick them to be wives.
Men mean when they say they are scared of women? Are you actually scared of women, or are you scared of approaching them? Like, why are we scared?
Many men are scared of approaching women because of the way they can react.
Oh my god, you're way too pretty to be single. Why do you say this? Babe, it's not
Because he's a simp, that's why.
prettiness that is keeping me single. Unfortunately, it's this insane juice box in this head of mine. This brain, unfortunately, is clinically insane, slightly psychotic, and sometimes funny. I'll give you that. Sometimes I can crack a joke or two. But I can promise you that if you see a pretty girl and she's single and has been for quite some time, it's probably not her good looks that are holding her back from a relationship. It's probably the juice box. It's probably the juice box. And I'm sure once you get to know her, you'll probably understand. You'll understand. So when people say you're too pretty to be single, I don't even know what this means.
They are simps. And for them, they just base everything on looks. If you look good enough for them, if you look beautiful to them, they would do anything for you. It doesn't matter how you act or what you do.
Because I don't understand why you'd even say this, because you know that we've all got juice boxes here that control how we operate, and unfortunately mine is slightly damaged.
For anyone wondering if being TikTok famous helps you at all in the dating world, it doesn't. Like, it really doesn't. Like it does a lot more harm than good, in my opinion. Because, okay, if you post on TikTok as much as I do, there is no level of mystery to me. There's no room for a talking stage. Because you can just look me up and literally know every single thing that you need to know about me.
I have a hard time.
You don't need to know anything about her. Just know the fact that she's doing TikTok. And that's it. You run. You run as fast as you can.
I'm finding men that aren't wanting to sleep with 7,000 people at the same time. So with you saying you don't want that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you may be looking for the wrong type of guys.
True.
Because there are guys out there.
No, there are.
Well, okay, so I can use my church as an example. I know. I could list 5 guys off the top of my head. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to dox them online. But I know 5 guys off the top of my head who are incredible men. They make good money. They can provide for a family easily.
Money means nothing. And I can only find
and
them
they're also really godly men. Like they're solid guys. And girls won't touch them because, one, they're usually reserved.
They're the nice guys, that's why. And they're boring to women.
Keep themselves, they're introverts. And girls don't usually like socially awkward dudes.
Yeah.
But they would be incredible husbands. So maybe people are just kind of looking for the wrong type of person. Maybe people are generally going after the frat guy.
He's so nice and he's the guy that I should want. But it's like I need a little bit of like a, you're going to send me to the psych ward, and it's just not giving that.
Why would I help a man get on his feet if there are men who are already standing up?
Me not, because they're standing up next to the woman that helped him get on his feet.
Well, that's partly true, but she's also correct, because there are so many simps in this world that will do everything for a woman like that, no matter how she acts, no matter her past, it doesn't matter anything to those guys, just how she looks.
Just had to drag my AC out of my car to my apartment building. 3 guys passed me. None of them offered to help. None. 0 out of 3. Why? Because you couldn't lift it? You were too scared to lift it? Is that why? Am I intimidating?
So why would the man do it? Why would the man help you? Just listen to her attitude. This is how she talks behind your back after you help her.
Am I more masculine than you?
Just immediately goes to shaming. That's hilarious. It's like when these women don't get their way with men in general, whether it's in relationships or they don't help them move their air conditioner, the only logical explanation for these women is that they just must be intimidated. It's like their go-to response.
Yeah. I get messages like that every day, guys. Every day, guys, from women. Every day.
Man doesn't want to date me, but he's intimidated. Man doesn't want to help me move my air conditioner, he's intimidated.
The controversial topic is that single moms can raise sons on their own.
No, they
that's
can't.
Impossible. You can only show them how to be a good woman. Men that our mothers are telling us to be don't even exist in her bed. Our mothers are telling us to be the kind of man she can't even attract into the house.
I didn't lie to my therapist today. If you're wondering, well, why would you lie to your therapist in the first place? Haven't you ever thought that your trauma might be a burden to others?
How do you expect a therapist to treat you if you lie to them? So you're not going there to get better. You're just going there to have somebody to talk to.
Including the trained professional that you're paying not to judge? Yes, I have.
A lot of people are asking me, Denise, why are you single? Why are you single? Listen, I'm single by choice. It's other men's choice, but still.
And just so you know, if you're talking to me and we end on any terms, I'm telling every fucking person that I know, first of all, how bad those balls stink. I don't care if it's made up or not. Those balls, hold your nose, bitch. They stinking. Second of all, I'm telling them that your c*** tasted like the grease trap in a McDonald's, okay? Third of all, I'm telling them that every time you take a shower, you waffle stomp your shit down the drain because you're a dirty bitch and you don't even wash your feet afterwards. Because nobody is allowed to have anybody after I know them. Every fucking time I break up with somebody, I want them to literally date nobody ever again in their existence. My track record's pretty good. I have like 5 out of 6 that have never even dated anybody after me because they're so fucking depressed.
You see, guys, what modern women have done now is graduated from a point of being perceived as evil or being perceived as insane to now being perceived as evil. I mean, you have all of these women who are reading books and putting out books, reviews online of novels where women are hooking up with demons. And then you have videos like this where they are outright letting you know, it doesn't matter what you do in a relationship, but once I break up with you, I want to make sure that you are so broken, you cannot be in a relationship with anyone else. And I will go to great lengths to slander your name and destroy your reputation so no other woman will want you and you will not be able to be with anyone else. So I will destroy you mentally and I will destroy your reputation as well. Guys, holy fuck. Holy fuck. And no one calls them out on it. And the simps will sit there and say, listen, the simps will agree with this. I remember once, guys, I was on Facebook and I left a comment to some girl and the simp immediately jumped in and started berating me rapidly for daring to say something like this to the girl. You should never say these types of things to a woman, blah, 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 blah. The girl sees the comment and jumps in and starts going at the simp like, chill out, bro. I like when people joke around with me. It was just a joke. And the simp went absolutely insane. Dude was like berating me for like an hour until the girl pops up to basically pull him off. And then he disappears. Guys, these people the simp is a psychopath. Simps are psychopaths. And modern women work hand in hand with these men. But here's the thing. These men, the simps have their own agenda. And look how modern women behave. I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to ruin you. For what? Just for being just because you had the nerve to ever date me. Because now that our relationship is coming to an end, oh, you're not going anywhere. You will not live afterwards. Who does something like this? Who wants to destroy another human being so no one can have them? Even if I can't have you, no one else can. And it's not that I want you. It's not that I still want you, but I want to make sure that that's the end of it. In other words, guys, these are black widows. All right? I'm going to basically turn you into an incel. I'm going to make you wish that you weren't with us anymore, like you're no longer in this plane of existence. I'm going to destroy you so much psychologically that you just basically give up entirely. Like, guys, how inhuman do you have to be? How much of your humanity do you have to lose to get to the point where you would want to do that to another human being and then act like it's okay? It is absolutely not okay. What women are doing in Western society is disgusting. And of course, no one calls them out on it because everyone is either too afraid to do it. And I'm not blaming all women, but guys, this is shit. This is absolute shit. And they feel so proud and so comfortable putting it out there. And guys, there are men, and can you imagine, imagine there are some men who actually raised these women. They raised these women. And this is the garbage. And of course, I don't blame all men because there's so many men who are fathers, and regardless of what they would have said and done, their daughters still ended up like this because the environment is so bad. And you really cannot do much to control this behavior. You can only do so much because the society in and of itself is so toxic. Guys, society has pushed men out. Society has absolutely pushed men out. This is why I say, one of the things you need to do is learn how to thrive, guys. Gotta learn how to thrive. And, one of the best things you could do for you guys itself is to, know how to thrive without spending a dime, because that can make all the difference. And that's why I created, my course. That's why I created the Buy Nothing and Thrive course. This 12 lesson crash course teaches you how to secure cash, money, food, housing, healthcare, and more, all without spending a dime for any of it. Imagine having a trusted advisor showing you how to leverage available resources to stabilize your finances and grow your wealth. Join me and learn step-by-step strategies to maximize what's available to you and enhance your financial stability. Click the link in the description to sign up now. I kind of realized now the reason why so many guys decided to become monks, why so many guys just decided to walk away and leave even luxuries behind. Because when you look at the structure of the world, when you look at how the world is, you realize that it is just so much better sometimes to just abandon it all and leave it all behind and just have your peace. Because the average man doesn't need a lot to survive. The average man could live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road. As the economy continues to tank, as inflation continues to get worse, you're going to continue to see all these women crying in the streets about how hard life is, how hard it is to survive. And despite all the tears, regardless of all of that, it won't matter. It won't matter because you're going to end up with men who are going to be thriving despite the hard times, thriving despite the ups and downs, because most men, for men, a PlayStation 5 is a one-time purchase. A nice TV is a one-time purchase. These are one-time purchases. But modern women, it's a daily thing. They have this emptiness inside of them. This it's just like with the baby boomers. It's a drive for consumption. They always need something more, something else to make them excited, something else to make them happy. There's an emptiness, it's a pit, it's a darkness, guys. These are people who are tormented. These are tormented individuals, all right? They have no peace. You have to realize this, guys. You have to understand something about women. Most modern women have no peace inside of them. If they had peace, they would not be creating problems in their relationships. If they had peace, they would not be doing the things that they are doing, guys. They have no peace. That's why they're constantly attacking men and going after men, and they're these very evil and vindictive personalities. These people have no peace. That's why, you know, they have to have constant change. They have no peace. And guys, as more men walk away and leave them, don't forget, misery loves company. They are going to the torment, the sadness, the pain, the misery, and guess what? They're going to continue. All they know how to do is gaslight. So many of them will sit there and they will suffer. It will suffer as hardships arise, poverty, all of it, and they will tell other women, young women, to go to do exactly what they did. When men fuck up, we tell young men, don't do what we did. When women fuck up, they tell young women to do exactly what we did, and they basically act like it's wonderful because misery loves company. They will drag everyone down to the pits of hell with them just to make sure that they can continue to say that they were right and validate the bad shit that they've done. And by the way, guys, shout out to the 1 hour gang. Like, you know what's crazy is like I didn't do it in one video, and then you guys were like, what, no more 1 hour gang? I had no idea. I'll tell you what happened. I love hearing from the 1 hour gang. But I try to, like, you know, I try to go and I try to, like, at least give a heart to and acknowledge, like, you know, I try to give a heart to everyone who, you know, says 1 hour gang in the comments. I had no idea that so many people were watching to the end of the video. I had no idea that the 1 hour gang is so strong. The 1 hour gang, like, I'm like, oh my god, there's another one, another one, another one, and another one, and another one, and another. Okay, yeah, I can't do this anymore. All I have to do is go over to the comment section right now, and I guarantee you, there'll be a long line of 1 hour gangs. 1 hour gangs from videos I just dropped, and we just started doing the whole 1 hour gang thing like a couple of days ago, and the 1 hour gang is going hard. 1 hour gang is going hard. But yeah, guys, women have chosen this for themselves, and they're just going to find themselves in increased states of poverty and destitution as more men walk away from them and leave them alone. And that's the best you can really do. You know, guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Delusional woman thinks men shouldn't look at her and is instantly humbled. Men are not playing with the games or the nonsense anymore. Men are sick and tired of it, and women have put themselves in this position. What do you think about everything we discussed? Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.